Hello beautiful souls and welcome to Libra season. It is your Libra queen over here, ready to share some amazing insights with our pick a card reading during Mercury retrograde, and of course I'm fashionably late, so let's just get started. So welcome to Libra season, beautiful souls. Obviously this is my favorite season because it is when my birthday is, and Libras love their birthdays. They love talking about their birthdays. They love inviting people to their birthdays. They love throwing good birthdays, as Librans love a good birthday. So Libra is obviously the cardinal air sign of the zodiac. It's ruled by Venus, which is the planet of beauty, love and money, and it's the ruler of the 7th house, and it's also represented by the scales, representing fairness, justice. Little fact for you is that Libra was initially depicted as the claw of the scorpion from Scorpio. However, they decided to change that because of the fairness and the truth and the justice that Librans really fight for, and so they brought that forwards to be the symbol of the scales. So I have a pick a card reading for you today. I'm using cards from Pastel Journey Tarot, couldn't think of the word then. Is it The Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabrielle Bernstein, and of course the soul playing cards. Even though this video is fashionably late, it will still be relevant for you as to what's going to happen to you, or what has happened to you so far in Libra season, so you can settle down and enjoy that and just close your eyes, tune into yourself for a moment and just ask, what do I need to know during Mercury retrograde in Libra? What do I need to know in this Libra season? What's going to guide me and help me on my path, on my journey in this now moment? And when you're ready, open your eyes and just choose from either card pile 1 on the left or card pile 2 on the right, and we will get started. So if you chose card pile number 1, then your main theme is the Hierophant, which is a pretty good card to get. And I feel as though we've talked a lot about leadership and moving forward in your spiritual path, really stepping into your role as a spiritual teacher or leader or guide for others. And I feel like there's going to be a level up coming from this card. The Hierophant is really saying that you've kind of done the work and you've learned a lot yourself, and you've really been seeking truths, and that can be seeking truths about the universe or about life around you. It can also be seeking truth about yourself, understanding yourself. So obviously we're in Mercury retrograde right now, so obviously the invitation is to go within, to look at yourself. So really this is kind of saying, what kind of leader are you here to be? Who are you here to speak up for? What are your truths? What are your passions? And do they really truly align together with what you're sharing in the world already? You know, it's really important to walk your talk, and I feel like this card is really inviting you to do that for this season. And the reason I say that is because what came through as your soul plan card is the card 21, which is endurance. It says endurance, intelligence and great inner strength. So I feel like together what these are telling you is that really there's maybe a bit of a difficult thing that you've worked through, or maybe things just constantly feel like they require you to have a lot of inner strength. And part of that is the training that you're going through right now, because really there's quite a shamanic element to this soul plan card, and it's really inviting you to really have great inner strength to be able to hold space for others, to be able to be with them when they're journeying, or to journey for them. You know, if you're doing that shamanic route, you may or may not be, and that can show up in different ways as well. It doesn't have to be the traditional classic way, you know, we're holding space in different ways for other people. But really there's an invitation to really bring your endurance, your inner strength and your intelligence together, and to share that in a way that people can really receive. So I just really invite you to think, like, how am I being portrayed into the world, and how am I coming across? Am I walking my talk? Am I being the leader that I really feel I'm here to be? And if you're not, is there something that's standing in the way? Is there something that needs to be cleared? Because the affirmation that came through for you is the universe has my back. So that really is saying to me that maybe you've felt a little bit isolated in your spiritual journey, or maybe you've sometimes questioned at times, you know, is there anybody really supporting me up there? Or am I just really on my own on this and just wading my way through? And so this card is a reminder that the universe does have your back. It is there for you. All you have to do is ask for that guidance or that help or that sign that you're looking for to get you there. So I just really invite you with these cards to take stock of your spiritual journey, look at where you're at and look at how you can align it more and more to the truth of who you would like to be. As I say, walking that talk is so important. Where are there disparities, or where is there a gap where you're not maybe lining up your beliefs with what with your actions? How can you bring them together? That's a really great question to ask yourself during this Mercury retrograde. So I feel like it's going to be a really positive time for you, even though it might not initially feel a positive time for you. Actually, it's working towards your highest good, right? It's working to who you're here to be. So just really go with that and trust that process for Libra season. If you chose card pile number 2, then your first card is the Lovers, which is portrayed by this adorable card here. I love this card. And what's really interesting is obviously we think of the Lovers, we immediately think of romance and we think, oh, love, exciting. But actually, because we're in Mercury retrograde and we have just had a new moon in Libra, I really feel this is actually an invitation to look at your relationship with yourself and to focus on self-love. So maybe you've kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit recently, or maybe you just haven't had time to focus and devote yourself to your self-love as much as you would like to. And so I feel like this card is an invitation to nurture that relationship, to step back into that space. Again, Mercury retrograde invites us to go within. So it's really saying, like, what's your relationship with yourself like? Do you feel that you are fully loving and supporting and nurturing yourself? Or are you maybe criticizing yourself, speaking badly towards yourself? And sometimes we don't even know we're doing it. You know, I've seen people before when they're like trying to do something and they do the wrong thing and they're like, oh, you idiot. And it's such a small thing, but you're listening to yourself speaking and it's going in and it's creating that limiting belief. Oh, I'm an idiot. And then you start believing that about yourself, right? The subconscious absorbs things really easily. So this is an invitation to be like, love yourself. How are you looking after yourself? Really spend that time in Libra season to look at that relationship, because that's the most important one and it's going to set the tone for all of your other relationships. And then what's really interesting that came through is your affirmation is happiness is my birthright. And I feel like that's so true because, as I said, like, often in terms of Librans, we look to other people. We're all about relationships, caring for other people. We can be the people pleasers. And really this card is saying, but you don't have to people please because happiness is your birthright. You have just as much right to really enjoy and experience the love that you're here to give. You can receive that for yourself as well. So it's your birthright. So really focus on your self-love. And your soul plan card that came through is fertility and abundance, sharing and radiating love, abundance and information. Well, obviously this is all about the cups, right? Filling up your cup so it overflows and you can share it with others. So of course, again, focusing on yourself. How can you fill up your cup? Does your cup feel full, or do you feel like there are parts that are empty or that need love or nurturing? So I feel there's such a strong invitation for you here. Like, you've done a lot of healing over the last year, a lot of work on yourself, a lot of releasing, a lot of forgiving. I feel like these cards in this reading is saying, now is the time to really bring love in for yourself. You know, you've been focused on helping and serving and doing and healing, and it's like, okay, here comes the nice time. Focus on yourself, fertility and abundance. Receive the abundance around. Be fertile in your love towards yourself. Be fertile in how you share, right? Because you filled up your cup first. So really focus on yourself and your relationship with yourself this Libra season. So let me know how these readings resonate with you in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's video for a very exciting video I can't wait to share with you. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Oh, my head really hurts. Oh my god, it's literally torrential rain. I've got to walk out in this. Maybe I'll just wait for it to go down a bit. I didn't bring a coat. Please ignore the dog barking. That's a really great question to... Oh my gosh, it's just started absolutely torrentially raining. Let me just take my crown off. I can't really concentrate with a massive crown on my head. I forgot to do that. Hang on a minute.